Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Just take what works for you and leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I have posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, I've just got to straighten this out a little bit. I'm doing a slightly different spread because I was sharing my flowers, but I have to make sure I have the room here. I was doing a different kind of spread before this. Sorry, flowers, you might have to go back a bit here. And I just have to adjust this. There, I've got her now. All right, thank you for your patience. Just want to make sure that it's going to work. All right, we have the Queen of Swords, and she is representing one of four queens in the minor arcana of the tarot. She is, her element is air, and it's represented by the sword. The sword energy is talking about your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. This is also talking about, she's considered to be the coldest queen in the minor arcana, but that's because she has been there, done that, and she has the t-shirt. She is done with putting up with bullshit, and she does have her left hand out saying, I will receive, but you better come in correct, because if you come in with some bullshit, off with your head. She's not in the mood for it. And her head is above the clouds, so she has clarity about what she will and will not put up with in her life anymore. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles in the tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. Now, they are in the shape of a coin, because money, of course, is a very big part of that. But you could have all the money in the world, and if you don't have your health and any love in your life, then you're not going to be living the best lifestyle. So these are more about lifestyle. And on this particular card, it is actually about focused on making money, like literally, because this person is very focused on a task. And he is making money. He's making a coin here. It's the only card in all of the tarot where the person is actually physically making money. And this is talking about starting this project and very focused on it. And he's working on the second one, and he has 6 to go, or he has already worked on 6, and he has just the 7th and 8th to go. And then we have the energy of the Chariot coming in, and the Chariot is representing an energy of you're on your way, you're on your destined path, you know where you want to go. This is definitely this Queen's energy that you're, when you're on the Chariot, it means you're on your destined path. And you notice there's no reins here. There's no need for reins because the Chariot just takes you straight to where you need to be. And you notice that this person is leaving the city behind. So this sometimes can represent travel for, going on a trip. It can represent, sometimes it can represent law and order coming in because of the black and whites here. And also it can be representing having a new vehicle, that, a new car, a new motorcycle, some new transportation of some sort. And then we have this energy here of the Seven of Swords. Now, this is my shift disturber card. The Seven of Swords, this person is a walking contradiction. We don't really quite get what he's doing here. He has 7 swords here, and 2 of them he has planted. But he's sneaking off with these 5. He's looking over his shoulder at the past, but he's moving forward. And he's got, it looks like he's stealing these swords, but he's got this bright red cap and bright red shoes, and it's broad daylight. So it's kind of like we can see him from a mile away. So, why is he sneaking off in broad daylight? If he's a thief, that's saying he's not a thief by night, he's a thief by day. So sometimes, because the swords represent your mental intelligence, discipline, and the energy of discipline of the mind, your thoughts, and your thoughts are represented in words, and words can be either verbal or they could be written. So this could be intellectual material, patents, etc. Or maybe he's pushing paper at a desk, and in broad daylight he's sitting at his desk, and everybody assumes, oh, he's just doing his job. What a studious employee he is. But in the meantime, this can represent white-collar crime, like money laundering, forgeries, identity theft, that type of energy. And the thing is, he's looking backwards, but he's moving forward. And he's not looking where he's going. And what's most bothersome about this energy is, look how he's carrying these swords. Now, who carries swords like that? These are super, super sharp. If he trips and he's not looking where he's going, he easily could. How dangerous is this? He could end up losing his hands, So this is, if he's that dangerous with his own energy, how careful do you think he's going to be with other people's? So this is someone you want to, we don't really know what he's up to, but it seems like he's up to no good. And then this is talking about the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the most that you can have in the tarot. And I do believe then that this is representing that you have been working on a project, and it is, there's 8 in total here, and now we have 9. So this could represent this 6 here, can represent the 6, and then there's 3 now. The 3, 6, and 9 is talking about a ratio, basically. And this person, this is talking about learning, having the discernment and learning how much to give and take. And so in life, how much are you going to invest of yourself, your time, your money, your energy into others, and who are you going to invest that with? And, what is your anticipated return? So at the 9 of Pentacles, we're talking about, it's like a ratio. And it always reminds me of Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor and genius. He would always talk about, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And this falcon kind of represents that energy. She can send it off to get the big picture for her and come back, And so this is also considered pre-Empress energy. In tarot, the Empress is in the major arcana, but in the minor arcana, there's 4 queens. And this is saying that she almost has the qualities of all 4 queens wrapped into one person. And maybe the last one is she has to learn this discernment, and that's why the Queen of Swords is out here. So this energy is talking about, she keeps her hand on these 6 to make sure she has enough to run her household, run her business, have a little extra in case of emergency. And then these 3 would be for maybe investing in more risky investment, charity, saving up for a holiday, or that type of energy. So she has learned, this is like a high level discernment. If you think about the Pentacles, there's only 10 and this is 9. So 10 would be billionaires and trillionaires, and this would be multimillionaire energy. So this is not, this is a pretty good amount of money. And then we have here the King of Swords. King of Swords energy is talking about, someone who earns their living using their intellect. Again, we have the swords here. This is someone that quite often can represent politician energy. We've got a king here. So if it's a politician, he's at the top of his game. This would be someone like a president, a prime minister, Congress, Senate, ministers of in the federal government, that type of energy. This is someone who uses his words, whether that be written or that be verbal, to earn his living. So quite often politician energy. This can also represent the legal system, judges, head prosecutors. If this is a lawyer, he would be established probably as a partner in a well-established firm. This is also could be the energy of a surgeon, a dentist, a veterinarian. Possibly this is a best-selling author, a social media influencer, that type of energy. So this could be someone who does research and has won the Nobel Peace Prize for curing a disease, or has patents like Nikola Tesla, someone who is an inventor like that. So this energy here is talking about, the King of Swords has learned that words have power, and he's learned how to use his words effectively. And this is talking, he understands that words can be used as weapons, and they can also be used as to uplift other people. And also that, if actions do speak louder than words, so if you don't back your word up with action, then it's just an empty words. And then we have this energy of 8 of Cups. So we have 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is representing love. Quite often romantic love, but it can be love of anyone or anything, like friends, family, children, etc. This can also represent the energy, sorry about my cat's tail. She's got happy feet, so she's purring right now. I don't think you can hear her because I have a noise canceling mic on, but her job is to sit on my lap and purr, and it raises the vibration to lower blood pressure even, so I figure we could all use that. But she has happy feet, so she's just got to get settled here. This is talking about 8 of Cups is like walking away after having put, 8 cups of energy. There's only 10 cups in the tarot as well. So this is a lot. This could be 8 years of being with someone. Quite often, this can represent a romantic partner, a marriage or whatever. The 7 years with the gap in between, quite often with the 8th year possibly, can represent a third party energy. And funny enough, this card also can represent the 7 of Swords, can represent that energy of the 7-year itch. When you, statistically, if you are married and you don't get divorced in the first year, the next most common time to get divorced is between the 7th and 8th year. So this energy is talking about, being in a relationship, and quite often a third-party relationship, like infidelity, and it can also be talking, funny enough, that people who do that also tend to own a home for 7 or 8 years and then just decide out of the blue, I don't want to live here anymore. Or, and have a business and say, I just don't want to, it could be successful, whatever, and they just walk away and kind of leave everything for everybody else to clean up, that type of energy. So this is saying either someone has walked away from you in a relationship or a business or something, and now you're done, like when they walked away, or you're walking away because they were maybe in a third party, or you had someone who is a partner in your business and you can't trust them. So that type of energy. And then we have, look at this, we have the 9 of Cups. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups, and then we've got the 7 energy and 8 and 8. So there's some sort of it seems to be affecting every area of life here. This is talking about someone, okay, we've got the King of Swords here and the Queen of Swords. Now this could be a couple that is separated, because you can see she's not looking at him at all. Like, she's over here, and she is I feel like this is definitely out of the couples, the King and Queen of Swords are most likely to be divorced or separated. And you can see the energy, look how she has her back to him. So this is talking about maybe they are divorced or divorcing, and that could be your energy right now. This is, remember, the underlying energy for the entire reading. So this here is maybe what they thought they had. The 10 of, or the 9 of Cups is talking about having what you, really getting close to having what you want. And but you don't have it yet. You have to stay in the game. And I guess if they've separated, they're not staying in the game anymore. So this is like the 9 of Cups after this 8 of Cups. Now this could represent a public figure, or it's a very public separation, or something, you know, that was very public happened. The energy here, you can see he's got his feet turned out. And in body language, this represents leaking energy and from his base chakra. So this is about matters of, you know, survival in the 3D basically. But he does have his arms in the sign of an infinity symbol, so it's kind of like a mixed energy. And I feel like this person is losing his focus. Someone lost their focus here, and so they either walked away from the relationship or had an affair or something, and now the energy is someone walked away. And I feel like this definitely could be the Queen and the King of Swords were a couple, and now they're not. Now they're separated, and maybe in the middle of a divorce, that type of energy. Is this in the past, the present, or the future? The past, is behind. The cups would be behind him. If not, the shelf is right above his head, and he might even be back and it's forward. But this is saying that whatever's happening, it's on display for a lot of people to see. And it's also saying, keep your focus here. You see how focused he is here? Keep your focus even though this has happened, if you want to be able to get what you wish for. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. And maybe that's what happened. We have the 9 of, we have the Hermit, which is card number 9. So that's why it popped up in my head. This is also a 9 card. It's kind of interesting. It's on the Pentacles and here, and it's the dark night of the soul. So this is love and lifestyle, money, something you love to do, something you love to be, a relationship. So there's a lot of energy here. And so the Hermit, after this is definitely this could be referred to as a dark night of the soul. When something hits you and you're really having a hard time dealing with it. And so the Hermit goes to the top of the mountain, and he climbs up to the top to isolate himself from everybody else. And he goes up there and he stays up there to confer with God. What do I do next? Until his lantern fills with the light of the North Star. And when that happens, it's shining gold on his staff, and he knows, okay, I can come down from the mountain now and take action with the enlightenment I received. But we have temptation coming in here. So this, I feel, is saying the story of, okay, this is what we have to work with coming into the reading, and this is kind of the obstacles that created this mess, I feel. Definitely, it looks like there's there's lovers involved in this. The Devil is about temptation. So this energy, these two lovers are yoked to each other, and they're chained to Saturn's box. And this is representing, the devil is crouched in between them, and this energy is like basic animal instincts. So this is saying this is not so much love, but more like lust. And someone gave into temptation. So it could be this guy that's sneaking around in the daylight here might be involved in a third-party relationship with the king or the queen, which is what caused the problem. And maybe he was involved with her because he knew she was coming into a lot of money because they were working on a project or something, that type of energy. So I do feel there definitely was a third-party involvement here, and it looks like maybe this is who the Queen of Swords or the King of Swords was working with. Now remember, all the figures in tarot are they are all archetypes, so they're not gender specific. So this could be a male in his feminine energy, and this could be a female in her masculine energy. This could be male or female. So just take it how it works for you. I'm going to cover the Devil card because you will never get the truth from the Devil. The Devil is very manipulative. And so I always cover it to see what minion does the Devil send in, because he doesn't do his own dirty work. And who does he send, or what's it about, or does God cover it? Oh, there's a tower. the devil caused a tower. This definitely is saying yes. For sure there was a tower caused because someone did give in. So it was the king or the queen. I would say someone was sneaking around, probably at lunch hour. I don't know, that type of energy. Someone here is like the turret of the castle is now like hit by lightning. It's on fire. Two people are falling out. One of them is totally shocked, and the other one is just like, oh gosh, I knew this. I should have dealt with this sooner. That kind of energy, and it's sitting right on this energy of all these pentacles, and this energy of this shift disturber, who I feel was stirring the pot with one of these two kind of energy. And that's causing the energy of being left out in the cold. So, yeah, I feel like this is actually describing the queen's energy. Well, probably the king too, but someone's feeling very cold right now. For some reason, I feel like it's almost the king's energy, because the queen is separate away from this energy. So, and it may have been her intuition, because the sword is double-edged. There's logic and there's intuition involved here. So this could be a male in his feminine as well, and this could be a female that was in her masculine, thinking with her little head instead of her big head, that kind of energy. We don't know for sure yet, but I do feel that the reason why this character is involved is because there's lots of lifestyle and money here, that type of energy. And this is like something that maybe he's put a lot of work into. It's interesting. Like let's just keep going. So this is talking about being left out in the cold or feeling very cold. And I feel that definitely this is the queen's energy. This is talking about, dividing, like if you're getting divorced, then it would be about dividing assets, right? And so that would only be, there's 10 pentacles in the tarot, that would be 5 each between them. Quite a drop in lifestyle. I feel like that's what this card is talking about here. And it's feeling like also it could be other people involved because of this energy of all this money coming in. And I feel that they've been together for a while. Like this isn't walking away from this. This feels like it's a marriage that was like probably at least almost a decade long, that kind of energy. And we have the King of Wands here. So the King of Wands is talking about being in the energy of, like the king is considered the sexiest king of them all in the deck. And he is very charming. He has, his element is the element of fire. And it's represented by this wooden wand. And this is representing passionate action. So I feel like I have to be careful here now, because I just did a random shift reading. And I right away assumed, this energy was up, because he is a visionary and he really likes to go on new adventures. And he is the least likely to settle down until he gets older. He's more likely to play the field kind of energy. And sometimes like his love of the being a visionary and new adventures bleeds into his sexual and his romantic life. So he might be someone that was with the king or the queen of swords here, and caused this issue. That could be this energy here, them sneaking around in broad daylight. I don't know. We'll see. We don't want to blame them though. We'll just wait and see. We have the moon. So this is the illusions. Yeah, there's some secrets going on here. And the thing is, quite often this card, it can be about tactics. Like these people, this card is representing sometimes the police coming in. So this could represent, there could have been like tactics that were played out here because of all the coin here. Like if you wonder, okay, why is this happening? Sometimes when this law and order comes in like this, it sometimes can represent just someone having a hidden reason for doing what they're doing, using tactics to be able to get their hands on it. And you wonder why? Well, follow the money. There's a lot of money here. So this is talking about the secret. There's secrets coming out, and there's hidden illusions about, and there's a lot of emotion here. But this lobster has decided, because, remember we said this is someone that is very focused on their work and going on their destined path. So this energy, I mean, it is sitting with the King of Wands here. So it's either this is an energy where he was on his destined path and was busy working, and maybe the king, I don't know, like, we don't know yet who's involved in what. What we do know is someone was busy working on their destiny and moving forward and really busy doing that, while someone else was sneaking around. And it was quite often like it's not just about love, because this is more about work, it's more about the mind rather than this is about love. So we'll just keep going here. If this is your reading, you probably have a better idea than I do. There's 2 pillars here, and the lobster needs to stay on their destined path. They need to crawl between those 2, and it's hard because they've got to make themselves vulnerable. There's a dog and a wolf both howling at the moon here, and we do have the sun, the full moon and the new moon represented here. So this could be talking about eclipse energy. We just had 2 eclipses on February 17th and March 3rd. So this energy is still sitting with us, and it sits with us for about 6 months. And it's the kind of energy, it's not something you really notice, but when you look back 6 months later, you realize, wow, there was a lot of change that happened in my life here. And I was, if you have a tower and all this going on, it's so much happening that you don't really notice. But when you look back 6 months later, it's like, whoa, there was a lot of change happened in my life. And that's the kind of the energy of the eclipses. So that would be around August-ish, 6 months from when the eclipses happened. And so we have that energy as well. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Interesting. So this is talking, and this is sitting on this tower. I feel like this is saying that perhaps this couple thought they had it all together and all of that. Or maybe one of them that was sneaking around with this one thought that it was love and not lust. That could be. Because there's 10 cups here. And the 10 cups, it's on a rainbow here. And so this energy, I feel like it's kind of saying like that one of these 2 that was sneaking around in this energy was like thinking that this was love, not lust. And yeah. And so they took it, they thought, oh, okay, maybe they were going to leave and marry and have children with this shift disturber energy. But the shift disturber was only interested because of the money coming in, that type of energy. So this was just a big lie. And it's because it's sitting on the devil in the tower and being left out in the cold. So I feel whatever happened here, on top of everything else, this energy was totally like, not, whether or not these 2 were happy together before, they left their marriage because of this. And one of them thought that they were going to have this with the shift disturber, who might have been like in this King of Wands energy, going out of their way to be very charming and, like passionate and that type of energy. Yeah, look at this. And then finding out after, hey, like, we have 3 cups spilled here. 2 of them have wine. 1 has another liquid. And look at this, we have 3 cups here. This energy here. 5 years of, pretty lined up pretty well here. And then these 3, like some third, in the 7th year, between the 7th and the 8th. It doesn't have to be that, but I feel like it's saying it was, this wasn't a short relationship. This feels like it was a marriage. So there's a lot of regret and remorse here. Now, it could be the regret of the queen. It could be the regret of the king, even of this dude. You know, the King of Wands, we all know they're all in regret. Like, it's what it is. And so this is talking of the, you know, you could stand here and regret for the rest of your life. There's a saying, don't cry over spilt milk, because like you're not going to get that out of the ground. So you have to accept it as a loss. And this is, you know, turn around and be grateful for these two cups that are standing, and walk down the path, cross over the bridge, over troubled water, and go to your castle. Now the castle is even half dilapidated and half full because it's had a tower now. So this thing has to be rebuilt. Oh, yeah, there's just a lot of regret here. This is either the queen or the king. I feel that this is the king's energy more, because this energy is separate. Like she doesn't even want to have any part of this whatsoever. It's kind of like, I'm willing to receive something way different than this. This is why I left. It's that kind of energy that I'm picking up. So, ooh, yeah. Then we have this energy. Okay, so this person, I feel this was before this tower hit, because this person had a turret to stand on and was overlooking their domain and was thinking maybe this can represent wanting more passion in your life, more excitement. And sometimes, you know, if this was about a business as well, sometimes this represents like franchise energy, like an entrepreneur that's doing really well, successful here, but he's thinking about expanding his business and maybe got, you know, drawn into this energy for whatever reason. So if it's not about, you know, it could be about both, and it could be because right from the beginning it's been about love and lifestyle and pentacle money energy. So he's got the world in his hands, or had the world in his hands. That's this energy that I felt was here. And look at, this is the energy of the wand energy. And this, the only other wand energy in this reading is over here. So maybe this individual is in regret because he caused this, like whatever happened, he didn't get his hands on the money, and he, you know, because it's like all of a sudden this is the only energy, and this is saying I have the world in my hands, but I'm a big fish in a little pond and wanting to expand. So this sometimes talks about wanting to leave the country, especially if he's been in this energy, making money. This can be making money illegally for sure. You know, like counterfeit, that type of energy. This can represent law enforcement. And this is thievery. I was saying there could be some white collar crime here. And maybe he's been caught and he thought he was going to get away with this, but something happened. And now these two are split up, and he is maybe thinking about getting the heck out of the country. That could be. And he doesn't have the coin because something happened, kaboom, to stop him from being able to finish whatever, you know, to be able to do what he needed to do. And now he's like, okay, I've got to leave the country. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Oh, so the High Priestess energy, this is talking about using your intuition. And so she's sitting in between these two extremes. This is about using your intuition. As I said, the swords are talking about using your intellect and your logical mind as well as your intuition. And she's sitting in between two extremes, and she has the crescent moon here. So again, it's talking about this moon energy. We do have, as I'm doing this reading, what are we, 2 days away from a new moon? So it could be saying like, you know, if something like this, if you have suspicions or whatever is going on, pay attention to your intuition, because, and the thing is that this is a Taurus new moon. And the Taurus new moon energy is about, literally about your possessions, like it's material goods. Taurus energy is about material matters, the element of earth, you know, that type of energy. And so it's talking about that being, it's important, very important to Taurus energy to have that security, financial security, etc. And so opposing that moon is the Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy is let's blow it all up and see what happens and then put it back together again and see if we can make it better. And there's a conflict there in this new moon. And I feel like this energy could be really coming out right now between all of these characters. So the High Priestess energy, she's sitting there and in between these two extremes, good and evil, law-abiding and not law-abiding. This is actually, she's sitting in between the energy of Jesus and the devil, sitting with God. And so this is talking about spiritual court, and that's what this energy is about. Justice comes in first and foremost on the spiritual realm, and it's brought down to earth. And so this is sorting through the information. This is representing infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. This is information equals energy. The more information you have, the more you have to work with. But she has to be able to sort. This is sort of representing someone sorting out, okay, what really happened here and what were their motives and that type of energy. And to be able to do that, she has to get neutral to the two extremes so she can be neutral to all the information coming in. A lot of times there's so much talk about misinformation, disinformation, but information is really actually very neutral. Most of it is. Information doesn't care what you think about it. But what you do with it can be very evil or good. Like you could take the best, like the most wonderful invention and turn it into something evil, and you could turn something that is very evil into something very good. Like, so it's talking about that type of energy. And then we have the wounded warrior. So yes, this is talking about. Now, the wounded warrior energy is talking about the seeds that you've planted that have grown into these wands. So these are actions that have been taken. And the wounded warrior is usually on their destined path. And so this energy could be the person that was hard at work here. And it could represent the king's or the queen, the king's energy. And the queen is over here. Because this part of the reading, I feel like... if this king was in this energy here, maybe it was the queen that left. Who knows? That was sneaking around. And this is just talking about the king's energy. We don't know who is this individual, the pre-empress energy. So take it how it works. When I clarify, I'll know better. But this is because the wounded warrior is generally someone who's taking actions to do things the right way. And they're in this energy, they've landed 8 of the 10 wands, which is a huge accomplishment. But you can see they've got a headache. It's been like so much. Now, this could represent the wounded warrior gave into temptation because it's sitting right on the tower here. So this energy could be that someone gave into the temptation and thought, this is going to be the easy way out. I don't want to do things the hard way anymore. And thought they were going to be able to go across, get away with all this money. But now they're just running without any money is what I'm picking up. So this definitely still could be this energy. And, which one of these two strayed, we don't know yet because they're not speaking to each other. But I feel like this energy is this, and I feel like this energy got swayed by the devil. They were on the up and up, and then it was too good of an offer. And they thought, oh, okay, maybe he was paid to separate these two and to separate their money. You know what I mean? That type of energy. I feel like that could be a possibility. And we have, it takes courage to stay on your destined path. She is, this young woman is reaching into this lion's mouth because he's representing her fears. And this is saying she has to really dig deep within herself to reach into this lion's mouth. This would be a very dangerous, scary thing to do. This is a mature lion, but look how submissive he's being, because he recognizes that she has the strength and she's decided, I'm going to move forward with strength here, and I'm going to let go of my fears and move forward to get what I want here. Now, this could be this energy again here. And I just feel it did not work out the way that they thought. The Hierophant is here now. And so the Hierophant is coming in. It's talking about bringing the judgment from the spiritual realm down to earth. So if you're a religious person, this could represent the leaders of whatever religion you're in, whatever that is. Like it could be popes, cardinals, bishops, gurus, it could be rabbis, whatever that is. And then if you're more of a spiritual, it would be like, this would represent God's energy with, going through meditation and prayer. And some people would consider that universal energy, and being able to connect with that unified force to know what to bring this in. And then it has to be brought down to the physical, into the courts of law on the earth. And that's this energy here. So let's keep going here. We have the Page of Swords energy. So the Page of Swords is representing an energy of communication. Do we have any communication coming in here? No, this is the first. There's no knights. Have you noticed that? This is very different. Out of all these cards, there haven't been any knights, and there haven't been any pages. So there's been no communication until now. And this communication, quite often, the Page of Swords can represent the energy of a spy, an investigation, a private detective, someone that's looking into shift. And I feel like that's what this is right here. That's what this is right here. And then we have, oh no. And then we have the energy of this is the third party energy, I feel. This, like, a lot of people consider this a celebration, but I feel like this energy is talking about, these people are celebrating, but they're toasting, they're not looking at each other. And they're toasting something that that's happened, that they feel like, look at, we managed, look at this 3 cups here. The 3 cups here. You see that? I feel this is this energy. They all thought, okay, we'll split these 2 up, and she'll fall in love. Or, because remember, this can be a king. The king can be a woman as well in masculine energy. She'll fall in love with this person, and then he'll have the money and they'll divide it. That type of energy. That's what I'm picking up. This is bizarre. So like, this is talking like, they're celebrating, but they're celebrating too soon, because the Tower hit too soon. And she, like, if the Queen was supposed to be falling in love with him, she's done with men. She's like, F off, EF, external force. She's figured it out. I don't want any part of this bullshit. I just want my part of the pentacles and moving forward. And now, like, this has now been reduced to half of what she had, because the king has half, that type of energy. So yeah, and in a lot of countries in Europe in particular, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, they have a superstition that it'll cause 7 years of bad luck in your marriage or in your romantic life. And look at this, we have the 7-year itch. And we have like this energy between here. Yeah, I think like that superstition, maybe there's some meat to it, And so this is like, okay, they celebrated too soon. Like, now the king and queen have half the assets because they've got to go through this divorce. And this energy, she told him to F off, basically. I'm not marrying anyone. Because I'm done with men. Oh my goodness. So this is talking about making money, possibly not in a legal way. I feel definitely this is this energy here, and thinking, okay, this is going to be, just be very charming, and he's good at it. And then this energy is talking about hidden illusions in that, and then having the strength to, this could even represent this energy where the queen just said, no, I don't think so. And then the Hierophant is coming in with this blessing. And the blessing is, basically that justice is going to be served. These people celebrated too soon. This is talking about very immature energy, actually. But this is talking about this investigation energy. This can be a private detective. This can be hidden cameras. This can be a lot of shift here. And then this is talking about, some, like, I feel this is the Queen's intuition. She's got she's just like, I don't want anything to do with any of this, period. She's just out of it. And they were not expecting that. They expected her to fall in love. And, oh, yeah. And so these people, I feel like if they can get out of Dodge, if they can cross the ocean and get to somewhere where they can't be expatriate. Is it expatriate? I can't remember what the word is. Extradited, sorry. And this is talking about, the plan falling apart. The focus fell apart. Something happened. So, like, it didn't work out the way it was planned, basically. But I feel definitely there was a lot of energy here. And the devil, who's right in the middle of it here. And it doesn't matter. See, like this energy here, it doesn't matter whether they got the money or not. The devil's saying, pay up. And they're like, how? Well, I guess you're going to have to figure out a way. That's the kind of energy. So, yeah. So this is a very interesting reading. It's like a movie. Oh, Lordy. All right. But this happens in real life. I mean, and this is the kind of energy that we're seeing at the top. And I swear this is coming in from Uranus being in Gemini. There's a new truth every day coming out at the top of the pyramid. Have you noticed that? There's someone in government or someone somewhere that's like well known. And you're thinking, okay, there's got to be an end to this soon. But no. There's some other like wild story comes out and it's, no, not another one. It's that kind of energy. And that kind of energy is also being played out to a lesser and less public degree by everybody else on the planet. This is spiritual warfare, basically, is how I really feel. And Uranus is going to be in Gemini, and it's bringing out the truth. Gemini is very quick-witted and can switch, think about it from this angle. And it's causing a lot of information to come in that's bringing in the truth. That's the basic energy of Gemini, Uranus and Gemini. And it's going to be there for another 7 or 8 years. And all this 7-year and, 7-year itch, 7 to 8 years, 7 to 8 years Uranus in Gemini. Yeah, we got a lot of truth coming out to look forward to. I think it's great. It's making my readings really interesting. Oh, Lordy. Okay, I'm going to clarify this with my oracle, and this is Tales from the Vector. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. I started this in 2007, and in 2020 I completed all 64 paintings. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, which has a gallery, and so the numbers on these paintings are actually representing the paintings in the order that they are listed on my website. I will put in the description box below. The numbers of the paintings and the information for the website is there. And if you want to take a look, it might give you further clarity. They do say a picture paints 1,000 words. If you're in this situation, like again here, I definitely feel that there's somebody involved in this that is a public figure of some sort, or has a public platform, or some sort of energy like that. And it could even be like it's going to be in the news, We might hear about it and you'll be going, what? That, everybody will be like, what? So the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it feels like it's turning in the favor of the Queen. I feel like she's walked away from all of this a while back. Like she has her back to this whole thing, and she's willing to receive from the Wheel of Fortune turning. She's like, I'm all for that. The rest of this shift, I don't want anything to do with it. And I haven't had anything to do with it. As soon as she found out some sort of shift was going on here, she was like, I don't want to have anything to do with any of you people. This is ridiculous. And this is the Nine of Hermit, not Nine of Hermit. Again, I'm saying that. The 9 card. So this is significant. We have the Hermit coming up twice. And this is about someone being in isolation and working very hard to get this plan moving. And then they put it into action. And where did they put it into action? They put it into action here with the third party involvement. But I don't think that, I think that this energy that Queen got caught too early or whatever, you know, that type of energy. It could have been her having the affair and then she realized, oh my goodness, I don't want to have anything to do with any of these people. The Aquarius, or it could have been the King, you know, with the, remember they can be male or female and whatever. So the Aquarius energy is talking about Uranus, and I feel like I just explained that. The energy, when I have horoscope signs come into a general collective reading like this, I just want you to be aware. I'm not talking about an individual at all. I'm talking about learning from the energy. And I feel that this represents the energy of the truth coming out, because Aquarius is in Gemini for 7 or 8 years here. It's all over the reading here. But you, in your own individual, you could be saying, no, Colette, I'm telling you, it's an Aquarius. I believe you, or I believe you, I believe in you that you can figure it out with your intuition. That's what it's saying. Use your intuition, but just understand, I'm not saying it's an Aquarius individual. I'm saying it's this energy of the truth coming out, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So the Hierophant, again, is out here, and this is talking, it's a blessing in disguise, but this energy, this tower is what really, boom, when it hit, it wasn't pretty, it was a big kaboom. And the deception, kiss me good, a hex in the city. Definitely someone was cheating with someone, and it feels like, you know, like this is sitting right on this pre-Empress energy and the King of Swords energy. So, you know, whatever the deception could have been between them, and they were, but I feel this energy here is, it could be this energy before she became cold. And this is talking about deception towards her, or her deception towards him. It's, take it how it works. Intent. Yeah, this is a karmic space, like, and you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So people might have had good intentions, but I don't feel that was the case there. I feel these people totally intended to do this. I feel it was a plan that they put into place, and then boom, it blew up on them. The tower, here it is. Yes, it caused a divorce, I feel, between these two, for sure. And it was like a dark night of the soul, I feel, for the Queen, because she left. And that's when she went and isolated. And how long she's been isolated for, I do not know. But she is not. Like, she keeps going further and further away here. I don't even know if she's in the picture anymore. She's done. Like, and then we have the devil energy coming out on top of this. It's on the devil. The devil's on the devil. So let's cover the devil again. Let's see now what minion. Wow. Don't tell me that the Hierophant is also involved. Let me see here. Courage. And look at, the Hierophant is on courage. Don't tell me, please. Oh, we're going to hear something in the news or something about some, I think there was some energy about that with those files that came out. I'm just leaving it alone here. But this is talking about this, and the Hierophant could be, there could have been someone who is supposed to be involved in justice, that instead of bringing law and order in, was causing disorder. Yay, yay, yay. And then we have the Capricorn energy. And this is talking about, you know, seeing the possibilities in challenges. So Capricorn energy is about having ambition and very disciplined action, and usually responsible. I feel that was to this energy here. I feel that the Queen when she realized, oh my goodness, it's not like this is bigger than I thought. There's more people involved. If the Hierophant is involved as well, I'm just isolating myself from this because I don't know what's going on, and I don't really want to know what's going on. And somehow or other, there's a gap here in the cards, and the card that's coming up is the Lovers. Okay, so yeah, it's talking about, wow, there is a lot of, like, there's a lot of energy in this. The Hangman having balance. So the Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge until they have balance and they can move forward. But there was hidden illusions in that. And the thing is, I feel the Queen, the Wheel of Fortune is turning for her because she realized, I don't want to have nothing to do with any of these people. I am done with their bullshit. I can just feel like she's so pissed off. So pissed off. And here we have the Emperor. So this is talking, the Emperor is sitting on, this energy might be the energy that's coming in now to, or it could represent this Hierophant energy being investigated. But definitely someone's coming in and cleaning this mess up because there has been judgments been called. And I feel like these people thought they got away with it, and they would have gotten away with it. And I feel like they've gotten away with this in the past on several occasions. But the difference is this time the Queen walked away and didn't fall in love. And that screwed up their plans in a big way. And then nobody expected that. Nobody expected that. And then here we have the transition. Yeah, this is over. The cycle is over. All of this is just, whoa, a big mess. And she's over here with her back turned to every single one of them, everyone. And look at how much energy is here, and look at what's here. And the Wheel of Fortune is sitting with her. It's turning in her favor. Whatever happened here, I feel it's gonna be really public too. It's gonna be like there's some people involved here that shouldn't be involved, that type of energy. We don't know what it's about. Like this could be happening on the world level. This might, and this could be like being played out in individuals' lives here, or maybe we'll wake up in the morning and we'll hear about another crazy situation in the world with whatever, with whoever. I think I might just not watch the news tomorrow. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed the story, the tale, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I'll be back with another daily tarot reading for you tomorrow. Bye for now.